What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
If he is not ambitious or committed to his growth, huge red flag. Just think of it this way. What is someone who has no goals going to offer to you? This person is probably used to settling for less and will probably expect you to do the same. So don't settle and find a man who's working on himself every single day.
Alright girls, here we go. Red flags to look for in men. And these aren't going to be like your average ones. Men, keep scrolling. This isn't for you. Number 1, if he has any kind of reptile pet, red flag. Cats, dogs, that's fine. Reptiles, weird. Alright, red flag number 2. If he has a puka shell necklace, get the fuck out of there. That's a red flag. Okay. Number 3, if he only wears the Nike socks, no other socks, that's all he's got, that's red flag number 3. Red flag number 4, if you go on a girls' weekend and the girls' weekend gets cut short and you come home and you walk inside and you see him in the kitchen making breakfast with your best friend, and they're like, oh my god, why are you home? And you're like, the weekend got cut short. And then he looks at you and he's like, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. And you're like, what?
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
If he's always talking about himself and doesn't really show as much interest in getting to know you, red flag. If he tries to make you feel really bad for him, like just throws a whole pity party, red flag. He's a good-looking dude, like pretty attractive, but he can't keep a relationship, ooh, red flag. If you hang out with him and he's constantly on his phone, red flag, baby. If at the beginning he's love bombing you, making you feel so good, and it seems too good to be true, red flag. If he says something along the lines of, you deserve better than me, run for the hills. Get out of there now.
Red flags and men that should not be ignored. I asked a few of my friends, and here are the things that we came up with. An abrupt change in his communication style, and he has no explanation for it. Like, how you go from texting me, quadruple texting me, double texting me, and then now you only text me in the morning and late at night. 10 times out of 9, somebody walked in a picture and he's trying to get you out the picture, but he just don't know how to do so. Next. A man whose attitude can go from 1 to 1,000 very, very quickly, that's a red flag. Girl, he over here saying he fighting demons. Child, you might be the next one. Ding, ding, ding. Next. Men who badmouth all of their exes. I had a guy once tell me how everybody he dealt with were so crazy and how one girl like broke into his house. But then when he abruptly changed up on me, I thought I was gonna go crazy too. See, men like that will make it seem like the women are the problem, but in reality, they're the ones that are the problems, and they don't see the problem in themselves. Next, a man who won't let you go to his house because what are you hiding? You got a girl in there, you got girl things in there. You got a man in there. Now, this next red flag can come up as Six Flags or a carnival, but talking about marriage or meeting family on the first date, that lets me know you're very, very desperate. Like, sir, you don't even know how I eat yet, but you want me to meet your mom. What are you rushing? You trying to set me up? You want me to hurry up and fall in love with you so that I can like dismiss or not see a flaw that you're trying to hide or insecurity? Yeah, that's a red flag, sis. Run. That means you will literally marry anything and won't have any regard as far as the person you're with for the rest of your entire life. You only give him one life. Why are you trying to marry me so quickly? Stop. The next red flag are military men. How you fighting for a country but you won't fight for that girl you got back home? Oh, why? Ladies, the military men be trying to marry y'all for the benefits. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Next, a man who shows zero interest in your occupation. So if you say, well, I gotta do this for work, or I gotta do this for my business, and they don't tell you, or they don't even ask you, what's your business, what do you do for work? Girl, he don't care about you and that little business. He don't care about you. Keep it moving, keep it pushing. Besides, girl, you need somebody who's gonna help you set up at the pop-up shops. Child, next. And if he's the insecure type, he won't ask you what you do for your job or your business because he know you probably make a lot more money than him, and he don't want to be intimidated by that. This red flag. A man who acts like he's the prize and you have to fight for him. So he'll ask you things like, what do you bring to the table? Sir, did you ask your best friend what he brought to the table? No, you got to know him, so get to know me too. And lastly, a man who doesn't treat you exactly the way your best friend treats you. And I'm going to explain that. When it comes to your best friends, they look out for you. They defend you. They fight for you. They make sure you're okay. They don't pull off before you get into the house. They make sure you get home safely. If your man does not do the bare minimum, those things, baby girl, you're going to have to find you a new man. Stop dealing with these bare minimum men. Get you somebody who's going to show that they're actually your friend and they respect you and they care about you and they love you. Like for part 2.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Okay, so I have a few. If his favorite rapper is J. Cole, automatic no. If he doesn't have sheets on his bed, If he eats at Wendy's, like on a daily basis, no. Any man who calls me a queen, like immediately after meeting me, it's gonna be a no. If a man has your cell phone number but goes out of his way to only have conversations with you through Snapchat, drop him. And if he's a rapper, fucking run.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
I got this one. This goes for every single man on this planet. Just every single one of them. You can try it on all of them. Ask him this one question, and the way that he responds will tell you everything you need to know. Check this out. Ask him if he's gay. Seems simple enough, right? Simple question. If he gives you a solid answer, no, I'm not gay. Or, yes, I am gay. He's cool. Stick around him for a bit. Unless he does some other shit, then run. But if he goes on a long ass spiel talking about some, what? Why would you say that? You think I'm gay? Do I act gay? Do I sound gay? All of that stupid ass shit. Fucking run. Run. That is a homophobe. That is a homophobe.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
First is Gemini, they're two-faced. Then Pisces, they're manipulative and they love to lie. All they do is party, no life goals. Need to have some sort of idea of what you want to do. Hates women who smoke, but they smoke. That's just being a hypocrite. Obsessed with Juice WRLD, a little Uzi Vert. Can't take no for an answer when it comes to not tipping their waiter. They only get paid like $2 something an hour. You should tip them. They don't make enough on that their own. Military men, because all they want is one thing. Post gym pics on his story. He's just trying to get girls' attention. Fish pics on Tinder. Uses 3-in-1 body wash. You can use better body wash. Don't like animals. If he says he's a nice guy, he's not. When he says his
So I keep seeing all these TikToks telling me the red flags to look out for in men, but my picker is so off that I don't need to see their red flags because the fact that I'm attracted to you is the red flag. Me liking you is the red flag. So if we ever dated or ever liked you, please join me in seeking counseling because I'm pretty sure we both need it.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
They say women who smoke or do drugs are unattractive. No one asks for your opinion. Number 11, if he hates cats. I've seen this thing about consent and cats and how dogs love you straight away and cats have to warm up to you and get to know you. Yeah, I don't trust men who don't like cats. Number 12, Elon Musk or 6ix9ine fans. What more do I need to say? They care more about 6ix9ine being a snitch and the pedo. They take mirror selfies. Doesn't sit right with me. They get physically angry or cry when their sports team are playing shit or losing. Like, if you could play better than them, you'd be in the Premier League, honey, not sitting at home in your boxers watching on the TV. They think anxiety and depression is just something you can get over. That's not how it works. Go to therapy. You need therapy. They say they're a nice guy. No nice guy will say this about himself. Massive red flag. They love the army and war. They don't say please and thank you. That's just the bare minimum. If you call women basic for liking the same things as their friends, you and all your friends look the same. And think any of these jokes are funny.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
It's a beautiful day to destroy men's careers. If he starts every conversation like it's a competition or an argument.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Okay, this is pretty straightforward and this is, I think, more of an LA version. But, I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments if this happens anywhere else, but if his screen name has big or 69 in it, and if his name starts with a J.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Right, we're starting off strong. First of all, in place number 1, men that tell you they love you far too early in a relationship. I don't even know your name yet and you don't know anything about me. What exactly is it that you love about me? And equally strong at number 2, men that just don't like it when you say things that are funny or intellectual, intelligent, because they'll feel threatened. And your place as a woman is not to be intelligent or funny. It's just an accessory and a complete bonus that they really don't need. Red flag number 3, men that speak badly of their ex-wives or their ex-girlfriends. You were in a relationship with her once, and if you were man enough, you would honour that. Flag number 4, and this one's very common, it's called negging. They insult you in very, very sly ways so you don't notice it, but the second they compliment you, you start worshipping them and you get very excited. Flag number 5, also very common, men that cannot handle confrontation. You try and have a conversation about them with something they done wrong and they start fake crying. And last but not least, flag number 6, men that constantly need to talk about and prove how good of a man they are. Drop him and throw the entire man in the bin. They're the worst.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
If every time he brings up someone he dealt with, an ex, whatever, and they're the crazy ones. No accountability ever. It's always that bitch is crazy. They have long fingernails. Red flag. They like to play devil's advocate. Oh, red flag. They have the audacity to tell a woman how to do things. No one asks for your opinion. Literally no one. They always wear socks, even when they're having you know what. If he's on this app dancing, it's a no. If he has social media and cares what people think in the fucking comments, no. When they can go to bed without flossing and brushing their teeth, like there's no excuse. Is a mama's boy, but really hates women. Won't consider therapy, knowing they need it.
Okay, if you date men, do you have any red flags you look for in them?
Yes, for me, most definitely, if he breathes, that is a no.
Hey, I'm here to tell you a bunch of red flags about men. Stay tuned. Okay, if he lets people talk shit about you, if your boyfriend is letting people talk shit about you, then there is a problem with that. If he's letting other people talk shit about you, then he's probably doing the same thing. If he calls you hot all the time instead of beautiful, I don't even need to explain. If he makes fun of disabled people, that's just inhumane and that's not right for anyone to do. If he's homophobic and he can't love everybody for who they are, what makes you think he's gonna love you for who you are? If he hates cats, if you hate cats, you're heartless. Sorry. If he has an issue with piercings, just a no-no, love. If he's a gamer, if all he does is game, then that's all he's ever going to do and nothing's gonna change that. I promise you that. If he has a messy car, if he can't even take care of his own car, what makes you think he's gonna take care of you? If he has a perm, that's all I need. If he has a perm, just run for the hills, baby, run for the hills. If he calls all of his exes crazy, there's probably a reason they all went crazy. If he treats his mom bad, now this is probably the biggest one. If he treats his mom bad, then what makes him think he's going to treat you any better? Obviously, he doesn't respect women. And the last one, if he listens to Juice WRLD, we all know the answer. We all know that. Stay safe out there.